What if you could create the life that you wanted? What if you have the ability to be or do or to manifest or to feel whatever you want? You do. And that's what this video is about. It's about your faith, your beliefs, the frequency, the energy of miracles and magic. So I'm a spiritual teacher. I work with frequency and healing. And every month I put out a video the first Thursday of every month on the steps you can take towards creating a spiritual foundation in life. Last month was about taking back your power, letting go of your whatever it is that isn't working for you, addictions, behaviors, things that disempower you, taking back your power. And I'll put a link on my community page if you want to watch that video. So this month is about, it's 2. So it's about how to restore ourselves to sanity and peace in a world that is out of balance and may feel to many people like is going, out more and more out of balance. But in the frequency, in the energy world where I live, and you can too, through connecting with your spirit and energy and frequency, create a space for yourself to be at peace, to call to you the things that you want. As a man thinketh, or a woman thinketh, so she is an old saying. So let's talk about some of the things that have happened to me. I tend to be a very positive person. I've traveled around the world and I've gone to places that I've seen things with other healers and shamans and different parts of the world that I didn't think were possible. So I always was positive. I had spiritual experiences as a child. I saw the nature spirits, and I just had a sense that I was being watched over. I was actually visited or spoken to by different guides as a child. And I kind of moved away from that as I was growing up and, becoming a young adult. And what happened was I started to get back to asking questions like, who am I? Why am I here? And so that's when I started my spiritual development and search. And that took me to some places, like I was saying, in the world where I saw things that I didn't think were possible. I already had a strong sense of faith and belief, as I felt like someone was watching over me, or loving presence. And there is a loving presence watching over you as well. And so back to my travels around the world, I was there at some places. I was there with these business lawyers and nurses and other healers. And so some of us saw these things, but that happened, these miracle healings and things that maybe I wouldn't think could happen. And they did happen. But some of the people that were there, when I asked them about, did you see that? They didn't see it because they didn't believe in it. So everything is about our state of consciousness and our belief systems. So when I do healings in my sessions or in my classes with people, I look at what is the cause of a feeling or an event, a situation in their life, or even an illness. What is the cause of that? And when we go back, I use energy tools to look at the cause, like why did this happen? There is a belief I call it a picture, a snapshot in time that we take on energetically, and then we live our life through that picture. So for example, if your parents said, well, there's something wrong with you when you were growing up, you just don't measure up, there's something, you're not good enough, then if as a child you would probably take that on, so you have a picture, a snapshot that you live through, this energy that sits in your energy field that dictates to you that you're not good enough. Until we recognize that that is not true, you are good enough, that's just a picture, a belief that you've taken on. Until we recognize that energetically and release it, we tend to live our life through differently, like all these people are like that, or this always happen, bad things always happen. Even accidents are pictures, their frequency, their energy, and there's a lot more involved than that. They can be lower energies or belief systems, but if we are not paying attention, or we are ungrounded, or the astrology or numerology is off that day, we're open, we're prime to open up that picture, will open up that belief. Oh, see, I knew I couldn't do it. See what I'm saying? So it's not true. We may say we apply for a loan and we go to the bank and we're talking about the interest rates. Yes, the bank has rules and regulations, but that's if you're dealing with it on the 3D level. If you go beyond that to what do I deserve, what do I believe, in fourth or fifth dimensional consciousness, which are higher consciousness than obviously the third level, it can change the outcome of that interaction. And I've had it happen to me over and over again. So it does, it can. So how do you believe in something that you can't see? And be an open-minded skeptic. I was a skeptic for many years, and all these miraculous things would happen to me, and I would think, yeah, maybe I'm just making it up, or that's just a coincidence. And so I don't choose to live in that space anymore. I choose to live in the space of energy, frequency, magic, if you would, and miracles, and allow that to be a part of my life, to be amused, to have fun, to enjoy my life, to be on a higher frequency, to be at peace, even when other people are not, which was a really hard one for me. To let go of other people's, to have compassion and love for them, of course, but to let go of other people's lessons when, unless they're asking me for help, then I can be there and help them. But to let myself go into a deep depression or sadness or stress over things that I don't have control of, I decided didn't work for me. So it is about keeping our frequency high, and especially when things can feel like we're going through all these energy changes. There's government, political changes going on now. Especially then, like, how do you keep yourself sane, peaceful? You're not getting into fight or flight, not because nothing is resolved by getting freaked out or panicking or rushing, or that's all just frequency or energy. And so what I have found is just to have that opening. You don't have to do it all perfectly at first, but to have that opening, crack the door open, let the light in, that this can be resolved. I am going to a good place. I have faith and belief in more than just the physical. So how do we do that? Who do we believe in when we hear all these different things, and maybe we don't know who's telling the truth, or other people are saying things and we know they're not true? Where do we turn to? Where do we have trust? Where is our faith? And you may have a religious background. You may go back to that. You may want to develop or have developed a spiritual connection with guides, angels, your higher self, the frequency of love. So what is it that what I'm asking you to do is to choose and then to develop a relationship with what you trust. Who can you turn to? Well, number one needs to be you. Can you trust yourself? Developing a relationship with trusting yourself. Okay. Trusting others. So you can trust other people to do what they usually have done before. If they've do some change, that's great, but usually people will show you who they are. And if you are believing and you have this strong foundation with yourself and with spirit world, you're not so needy for other people to be the way that you want them to be, or to be okay, or to be this way or that way. So what that brings us to, what is your faith and your trust? What is it that you believe in? What is it that you can develop a relationship with, where you are asking and listening and receiving guidance that you know is trustworthy? And how are you trusting yourself and having that confidence in yourself, even that amusement, if that makes any sense, that lightness, that happiness that comes from trusting and believing that there is more to life here than just you're a meat suit and then you die. That there is, for me, I believe there are beings of light watching over me and all of us, but they don't tell us what to do. It's up to us whether we choose to reach out to those beings, those forces, those benevolent forces, or not, or whether we choose to connect with a higher part of ourselves that has lived in many lifetimes, that is all wise and all knowing, that is really who we are in every lifetime, and not just a personality of now. So you are a body with a name and a personality, okay? But you have a higher self, which is on the other side, connecting with you, who you always are, okay? So I hope this has been helpful for you. And please subscribe to my channel. It's totally free to subscribe, and like and share. What is your beliefs? Maybe think about, maybe write about it. What do I believe in? Where's my trust and faith? Because the interesting thing is, when you trust and have faith, it shows up in your life. If you just say, oh, it's just all a bunch of BS and you're just going to be hard-nosed or cynical, that will show itself to you. And even when you trust and have faith, your boundaries, your beliefs may get tested. I trust 1,000,000%. when my guides tell me something, I trust it completely. I could interpret it wrong, but I trust them with my life. And they've never failed me. Sometimes I didn't listen, but now I know. And that's the gift that I want for you to have with yourself, your higher self, and or your guides. And that is the foundation, the relationship with self and the foundation with spirit. That is the foundation with all other relationships. So if you want a good relationship with other people, first have a good relationship with yourself. Yes. Okay. So next month, we're on the first Thursday of the month, we're going to be talking about divine will, being on your life path, how you connect. There's a center line energetically that goes through the body, how you are in alignment with your highest good, your higher self, the universe, and how to actually do that. But for now, I would like you to just think about, write about, ponder, what is it that I have faith and trust in? And if you'd like, communicate to that, ask it for help. Feel it, listen to it. Work on, do I believe that? Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you found this interesting. Thank you so much. And you make my channel, so thank you for watching. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care. We'll see you next video or next month.